you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
Let's go, Raider Nation. So today, we already knew that we traded away our fourth round pick to the San Francisco 49ers, and I thought we were going to wait until the 5th round to select somebody, but the Raiders, they had the cojones to move up again and select another player on the defensive side. But before I announced that pick, we traded the 162nd overall pick and the 200th pick to the New York Jets to get their 4th round pick at the 143 position, and the Raiders went out and selected safety Tyree Gillespie out of Missouri. Now this is one of the guys that I was really high on, and he was a sleeper pick. This is the definition of a sleeper pick. And not only that, we got a guy that is versatile, can play free safety, strong safety, can play in the slot, and even play a little bit of linebacker. This guy is the whole package, and I'm surprised that the Raiders went in this direction. It just feels good that we actually picked a player that I kind of like wanted in the later rounds, and we did just that right here in the 4th round. Now I know a lot of Raider fans are going to be saying, you know, why did we pick up another safety? We already picked up 2 safeties earlier on. All these players are different type of safeties. I don't even think that Divine Diablo is going to be a safety. I feel like he's going to play that linebacker role on the weak side, and I feel like Tyree Gillespie is going to be that guy that's going to be all over the defensive side, because like I said, he's versatile enough to do all of that. He can be a deep high safety if we wanted him to. We can have him up in the box. We can even have him cover tight ends, and I know him and Diablo is going to do that just fine. And if you guys seen our defense last year, we had one of the worst secondaries in the NFL, so I don't want to hear anybody complaining about all these secondary players that we are selecting. And if you guys don't know who Tyree Gillespie is, go look him up. This guy is a beast. And I want to give a huge shout out to Brett Coleman on YouTube, because that was one of the first videos that I watched, you know, on some sleeper picks, and he put up Tyree Gillespie's film and talked about him, and I fell in love with him since then. Pause. Another thing that he said at the end of his video that intrigued me was that he said that there should be a team in the AFC West that should pick him up or give a look at him, because with the division with so many great tight ends, you know, like Darren Waller, Noah Fant, and even Travis Kelce, this guy can cover those guys one-on-one. Against the #1 tight end in college football, Kyle Pitts, who obviously went early in the 1st round, he took that dude out of the game. I think he only had 1 catch against Tyree Gillespie, but when he was going one-on-one with the great one, he took him out of the game instantly, and that's what we need on our defensive side. Tyree Gillespie is a tough physical player with short area explosiveness. He's a great tackler in space and good against the run. Not only that, he's good in coverage, and he has a lot of range in the secondary. But man, Tyree Gillespie has played some of the top prospects in this year's draft. Najee Harris, the #1 running back in this year's draft, he stuffed him at the goal line multiple times. And if you guys know Harris, it's not every day you see that. And that just shows you how great of a player Gillespie is, especially if we need somebody to make those, you know, 3rd and short stops. He can do that. And now against some of the top receivers and Jalen Waddle and Devonta Smith, he did well against them, playing one-on-one with them, you know, tackling them in open space and even batting down balls. And not only that, just holding it down against Kyle Pitts when they played Florida. This guy is the whole package. Now I know he's not getting a lot of recognition. I know a lot of, like, you know, casual fans don't really know about him, but it's okay. Go look at him. Go look at what people are saying about him. This dude is a great player, and I'm so happy to have him on the Raiders team. And this just provide more depth in the secondary, whether we use him at the safety position or even in the slot. According to PFF, he forced the highest incompletion rate among draft eligible safeties with 33.3%. That's over like Adarius Washington and even Chris Brown. In his 4 seasons at Mizzou, he tallied 148 total tackles and 12 pass breakups in 48 games. Now, I seen a tweet earlier that would kind of intrigue me, because 3 of the 5 Raider picks that we had in this draft so far are either safety or hybrid safety / linebackers. So what does this mean for a player like Jonathan Abram, who we drafted, what, 2 years ago? I mean, I feel like nobody's job is secure right now, and it's gonna be a lot of competition at training camp, and that's what I love to see. You know, as much as I do love Jonathan Abram, he's gonna have to work his ass off to win the starting job over these other guys, whether it's gonna be against Carl Joseph or a guy like Tyree Gillespie, or even if Divine Diablo takes some snaps away from him, who knows? And also another guy that I'm wondering about is Jeff Heath. He's also on the roster, and if we were to cut him today, we would save $4 million in cap space. So Are the Raiders gonna let him go now that we already got these guys, and maybe we go out and still get another safety in free agency? I don't know. I feel like he's already solid with us, and if he doesn't start at free safety or even backup at free safety, then we can use him in special teams, because I know he's such a good player at that position. But overall, Raider Nation, I know that we have 2 more picks left in the draft, so I don't know whether we're gonna keep those picks or trade up or trade back and get more picks. I don't know. I hope that we stay put and just let the draft fall to us. There's a lot of good players that are falling down the draft boards. I feel like we should address maybe another linebacker or maybe a defensive tackle. I wouldn't even be surprised if the Raiders went in the offensive direction, you know, getting a playmaker as a running back or even getting a wide receiver. But at the end of the day, I'm loving this draft so far, and Tyree Gillespie, I would give this move an A-, you know, just for the fact that we got him here in the 4th round, the fact that we had the cojones to move up again to get a player of his caliber. I love this move, and so far this draft has been, it's just been great for the Raiders and for Raider Nation. And I know if you're not happy about this draft, then I'm gonna have to question you guys. So Raider Nation, what do you guys think about the Tyree Gillespie move? Let me know down in the comments below, and what grade would you give it? So before I leave, I guess the Raiders already picked their next player with the 167th overall pick in the 5th round, and they selected Nate Hobbs, cornerback out of Illinois. Now, I don't know who this guy is. I felt like there was better players on the board right here, but we go with another cornerback standing at 5'11", 192 pounds. I know that the Raiders want to go and address the cornerback position, you know, after we just got another DB right before this pick. You know what? I'm all for it. Even though it's not the guy I would have wanted to get here, I guess there's a lot of upside here, and I know that the Raiders want to help build this secondary up, and there's going to be a lot of competition. But from what I read about Nate Hobbs, he missed 3 games in 2020, ran a 4.46 40-yard dash. He's a tough, explosive cornerback with solid ball skills, sideline-to-sideline speed, and only has a career 3 interceptions. Now, some of the knocks against him, he's inconsistent with angles, and he didn't really play as well as he should have, you know, in his last season. But overall in his career, he has 18 pass breakups, 3 interceptions, and 12.5 tackles for loss. Welcome to the Raiders, Hobbs, and I hope that he balls out for this team, whether he's a rotational player on the defensive side or if he can turn into a starter. Who knows? You know, you never know with these players. But at the end of the day, we know that we're building and bolstering up this secondary in the draft, because we already addressed that defensive line and free agency. So I cannot wait to see who our last pick is going to be in this NFL draft. But if I had to give this a grade, I would just say C+. You know, again, we address our secondary, but it's just a guy I didn't really know about, and I felt like there was better players on the board. But hey, I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. So Raider Nation, what do you guys think about us picking up Nate Hobbs in the 5th round? Let me know down in the comments below. All right, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys right now. I will be getting back to you guys maybe after the last pick, and I'll be going over the whole draft and putting out a video maybe tomorrow or the day after. And again, be on the lookout. I will be putting out a draft hype video like I usually do every single season, even though I missed last season, but you know, that's besides the point. So if you guys don't want to miss that and you love the Las Vegas Raiders and this is the first time you're coming across my channel, then hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this one. Until then, your boy Some More Raider is out.